I thought that the next video I was going to do like this was going to be of all of the boxes that I've saved from my Masters of the Universe Origins collection, because the packaging is so nice that I can't throw it out and I don't know what to do with it, and I also have to take inventory and consolidate the boxes, maybe put like with like and stuff. But the stuff keeps coming in, and they're making so much more and more master. And I just collect Origins. I mean, there's some other stuff that they put out but for the most part, it's Origins that I like the most from what Mattel is making for Masters of the Universe. And I've got a lot. And what you're seeing here, and this is for the thumbnail, I tried to represent everything that I have to open. I don't know if everything's represented, but I've got 5 giant boxes. This is just the tip of the iceberg, what you're seeing. And I'm doing this video also for myself to see what I have and to think what I really want to open the most. And all of it's my favorite, and all of it I want to open the most. But let's go through it and see how far I am behind. And there's still stuff. Before I start, on Big Bad Toy Store, what do I have got? I've got there's like a crazy 4 or 5 pack with, I don't know what they are, weirdos, but I love that. I love the new figures or the concept figures the most, because they're things that I haven't seen before. I know that not everyone's into that. People want what they've had before, but I love the fact that we're getting new characters. And then what else do I have? I have 2 of the last 2 deluxe turtle packs. Except for this one that came out of nowhere. Do I need my glasses today? I don't need to. We're not opening up everything. So much stuff to talk about. I guess I should probably put this stuff aside and just pull whatever box is on top, and then maybe it'll coincide with what's going on in here. Okay, so the first one, this first box is the weirdest. There's so much of this stuff that I have 2 boxes full of turtle stuff. So maybe I will put on my glasses just so I can make sure I can see. I don't think I'll be uncomfortable. This is like, did we even know we needed this? Turtles of Grayskull snake version. So you can tell by, just like when they put out Masters of the Universe Origins, I don't know how to differentiate this stuff. Yeah, they were putting out all these snake figures, which, you know what, it kind of makes sense, because in the original toy line, and even in Mike Young, they did want to go into snake people. That was the future of both of those series, which we never got to. So it's kind of cool that it did go from there. But I've got so many of these. Thank God I caught that. Almost smashed up one of my best boxes. I got all of these. What do I have? I have 8 of these Turtles of Grayskull snake figures. Like, I don't even know, what do they call these Turtles of Grayskull? Doesn't see anything about them. It says snakes on them. It does feel like they have the cards. That's something that I'm noticing. I love the new thickness of the cards that they started around the snake people wave. So when am I gonna... I don't think I have any snake men left. I think I finished off all of the Origins for the most part. Well, there is some other Origins stuff, just the regular figures, but I guess I was focusing on that because they were, but there's some really cool figures. I'm so happy to get another Clamp Champ, because he's just a really cool figure. It's nice to have that representation of, the diversity in there. And then that doesn't even look like Ninjor, which is crazy, but dragon figure, incredible. What else do I have here? And then there's, I don't know, what are they? They're in turtle armor. It's the armor. The armor is very homage to all these different entities. I mean, that Michelangelo looks pretty cool. And then, 2 other snake armor turtles. And then how and when, and I mean, I don't even think anybody would be interested. These figures are getting so old. Who's even going to be interested in me watching this? Me open them. But what I could do is I could open all those 8 figures in one video. That is kind of my thing, to do like 45-minute, 2-hour videos sometimes. I'm not afraid to do it. So that's what's going on there. Is there any other Turtles of Grayskull that belong in this box here? I mean, I don't know what else is. Not snake versions. This is the special snake version box. What do I have? What do I have next? I guess I did try to put the two turtles together. Okay, this is kind of a random box, so this is a good one to stick here in the middle too. So then I have, I guess this is my priority to get done first, because these are Turtles of Grayskull on the thin cards before they started making them thick. And I think before, so this has to be the wave that I open. This one of them, this one's coming off its bubble. If you're wondering, I live in Canada, and I used to get most of them from Big Bad Toy Store. Well, I used to get them when they used to sell them in the store from Walmart. But it's a nightmare to get figures. So I've been like ordering them from Big Bad Toy Store. It's been the easiest. I'm remembering this now because I believe that's how this card came off here. But I think if you wait, that you will get them on Amazon. You will get them on Amazon. And one of the great things that has just happened for this latest wave of Thundercats, they're available at Walmart.ca. We can't buy Walmart.com. They don't ship to us. And then any Target exclusive, I can't get. So what I do is I have a friend, Andy, thanks Andy, in Europe, Germany, where it's cheaper to send a parcel from Germany is cheaper than to send a parcel from the United States. So way cheaper to do it that way, and and he takes care of me for all of that missing stuff, which goes to Smith's, or they have them available at different places. And some of the stuff, I guess, like that last 2-pack that I opened in my last video, available at Walmart Canada, even though I believe that is a Target exclusive in the States. So they do that. And also Toys R Us has been good to us, but they did stop carrying. Oh, no. We'll get back to Toys R Us in a second, because Toys R Us just started carrying something again. But Toys R Us also stopped carrying Masters of the Universe in retail because it wasn't selling, because they would have female peg holders like always. So there's this wave of Turtles of Grayskull that has to be opened, which are just basic, normal, the oldest ones and their cards are noticeably thinner. How am I gonna put those back in the box? But this is the video that I want to do the most. I think out of everything, that I'm most excited to open the two translucent figures. Again, I had to get both of these from Andy in Germany. Thanks again. But I'm going to open those together. The two translucent regular guys, so Mossman and Merman, from the Turtles of Grayskull in the deluxe boxes, which were only available at Walmart USA. The deluxe the ones that were in these square boxes were only available at Walmart USA and Target USA. And I think one of them had the Build-A-Robot. I was happy. The Build-A-Bot, whatever it was, that the boxes and you had the extra parts. I don't know why they don't do more Build-A-Figures. These are Origins figures where they're all modular. It really makes sense. And then there's these two, which how did I score these ones? I believe this one came from Europe, and then this one I got off of eBay, which ended up being cheaper than any of the, like I would also get these at the toy show sometimes when people would go across the border. I live really close to the border, so there are some, what do you call them, scalpers, or I guess you call it, of course they're scalpers. Yeah, they're scalpers. They go across the border, or resellers maybe would be a nicer. They go across the border, which is, I've done it too, but recently, I can't think, why don't I? I ride my bike across the border and then I fill up my cart with toys, but I haven't done it because I'm not allowed to buy toys. So, I'm trying to get rid of toys, but whoa, we have to get these. So anyway, I did get this one off eBay, and it was cheaper than the prices that they were having at the toy shows that I would go to. And my friend in Europe couldn't find it for me, so that's how that happened. All right, and then in this box, which is weird, which I've already reviewed, Moss Man. I'm gonna talk about this again, because as much as I've talked about this, I can't put this with the rest of my figures. I put them in bins. I'm not going to grab an example of that, but I take out the factions. I've got them in different bins I've got the good guy bin, I've got the bad guy bin, so they are piled on top of each other, but I'm very careful with them in their bins, and that's how I divide them up. I've got a Horde bin, I've got a Snake Man bin, and that's how I organize them. Moss Man, with his fur, he can't come out of this box, so I open him and I put him back in his box. I want an unflocked Moss Man. So the only thing I think at this point, I got one with Turtles of Grayskull, but that doesn't really count. It's not normal. I don't know why they didn't make an unflocked one. I could have put this one with my flocked Panther in a box, in this box, and just kept it like this. But Moss Man doesn't get to representation. I don't get to dig through a box and then pick up Moss Man and look at him, because he has to stay in here. So I'm kind of upset. They should have made a sculpted Moss Man. And I think I might have to find one and then rub all the fur off them, so I'll have one that I can play with. I think that's what's going to happen. And then also in this box, this is, I guess this is the last random. It's the biggest box, so I can put the most random stuff in here. What else did I have in here? I guess I had, I don't know. I don't know what else goes in here. But there is the Powers of Grayskull collection, which I'm waiting to open these, even though these are already open. Like, look, they slide right out. The boxes are really cool. I'm waiting for Eldor, because I'm so far behind opening Hero. And then we have whatever her name is, Sharella. I don't know why they didn't do Eldor first, but it's driving me crazy. And probably my favorite faction from Masters of the Universe, because we never got it, once again, and I knew about it for so many years, and I wanted it, and it's pre-Eternia. There's dinosaurs mixed in there. Like, it's Barbarian Masters of the Universe was always my favorite part of Masters of the Universe, the barbarian aspect of it. Well, mixing with space and mixing with monsters. It's not the cartoons, not even the mini comics, the mini storybooks. That's my Masters of the Universe. The dark, creepy, weird, incomprehensible Masters of the Universe. That's what I like. So Powers of Grayskull kind of falls with that, because it's so mysterious and weird and more ancient than Masters of the Universe itself. Dinosaurs, come on. So I'm waiting for Eldor. Then I will open up all those together. But I don't think he's coming. They did not announce him at San Diego Comic-Con. So what is up with that? It's really driving me crazy. And then I thought we're just going to get him. I thought he was going to be the announcement of the next figure. If we get another figure in this packaging, the Powers of Grayskull packaging, before Eldor, I'm gonna be really mad. I want to sell my Super 7 one, which I gotta sell all that. That Super 7 stuff, the 5.5 stuff, is worth nothing on eBay. It's like, but I have to get rid of it. So you can check out my eBay store if you're interested in that, because I am selling all that stuff. It's taking me forever because it's such an ordeal. There's so many of them, and I'm going to put them in lots as collections, but it's just so daunting, and you have to, I don't know, write out all of their names, because there's so many of them that I have to sell, and I hate selling. It's so hard to sell stuff on eBay. Okay, now this is a good segue, because we have this exclusive, which, oh man, the last time before San Diego Comic-Con, they had what was it? Well, I don't even remember what the occasion was. Mattel anniversary or something. I did not expect this. Like when they have WWE stuff that is for that is on Mattel Creations when they're selling it. It's never Origin stuff. Like Origins are exclusive to Walmart until this year. Until I got this in this whole wave at Toys R Us. So this guy, we will get back to this pack. This guy I could not find at my store. It seems like there's different case assortments, or maybe they're individual in different cases and they're not getting some cases. But I had to go. They're closed down most of our Toys R Us's now. I know that they closed down all of your Toys R Us's in the U.S., but they kept some open and they turned them into play centers. It's kind of complicated. I don't know, but recently they did close down more than half of them. But I don't know, and they put me. Anyway, they're getting WWE Superstars now. I just walked down the WWE Superstar aisle and I saw they had so many of the other three at the closest one that's really quite close to me, luckily. And then I had to go really, really far away on my bike again, like further than going to the States. I don't think it was further than going, well, kind of. And then to find this guy. So this guy is also a chase, which also drives me crazy because these are so hard to find anyway, especially in Canada. Once in a while, they will show up at Walmart. There's a UK site now that I realize I can buy them from, but I was really happy to see that I could buy them at Toys R Us. Toys R Us is always a little more expensive, but the prices are on par or cheaper than what I pay from the scalpers at the toy shows, which is the most commonplace. And also, these are a lesson in me not being my OCD and fixing and not being completist, because it's impossible now for me to get so many of these that have passed by. Like Mr. T, I will never get that one. I do have the original Mr. T for the Masters of Eternia, whenever they were doing the mashups between WWE and Masters of the Universe, and they put them in costumes like they do with the Turtles, whatever that line was called. I did manage to get all of those, but then after that they put these out for a little bit. We got the first wave, like lots and lots. Like when they do this in Canada, they will give us, you will not believe how many original Ram-Mans and Clamp Champs they gave us. No wonder they didn't sell, because they gave us 5 million Ram-Mans and Clamp Champs, and then of course they're not going to sell. They're the only two figures they gave us. And then so Walmart doesn't want to order them anymore because two figures aren't going to, nobody even wants those two figures. It's horrible, the things that happen to us up here in Canada. But also once in a while we get things that you don't get. So you just never know. So I thought that this guy wasn't going to show up at all. I didn't know why, but he was just, there's different case assortments, or different Toys R Us has got different ones, and I had to bike like 3 hours away to get it, but I got it. And then there's this guy, these guys from, which I'm really mad at, because I didn't know that they were going to put these guys out, and I didn't know that they were going to have Origins figures format. They never offered these, and then so I checked out my cart when there were so many great things, whatever this occasion was, and I can't believe I don't even remember that when they were putting this out. And I bought so many things that I did not have the money for, but I loved them. And then at the last minute, I said, oh, just the only thing they have left to show is WWE. I know that it's just going to be the regular standard figures. I don't collect those. And then they pull out this, and then they say, and I'm like, oh, and then I have to pay another $20 in shipping. And that happens all the time. And you have to, the shipping's a great price. Let me say it's I don't know if it's $13 US or $13 Canadian. It's probably $13 US, which I think probably translates to $20 Canadian or more. But you don't know if it's going to sell out or not. So you can wait, and then you can buy as much as you want, and you can pay $13 in shipping, and that's so cool because shipping to Canada, like I said, it's cheaper for me from the. It would be $60 to get something sent minimum. I don't know why. Can't. That's why it's so hard to buy things on eBay. I guess sometimes it can be 30 or 20, but it's really expensive. But but most of the time people are charging 60, and then there's tariffs and taxes and brokerage fees, and yeah, it's horrible. Which is why I have to try not to buy from BTS. So yeah, but you don't know. You don't know if the item's going to sell out from Mattel Creations or not. So you can't risk it. So you have to buy that one figure and pay the tax and pay the shipping over and over for each item. I think you get what I'm putting out. Okay. All right, so that brings me, the reason we're talking about these WWE is because I do have a box full of them that I still have to open, and they're random because they're just ones that I would pick up every single time I would go to the store. I mean, some of them I was lucky enough to find on shelves. I can tell that this is American packaging, though. So this would be stuff that I probably got at the toy show. These are Series 11. And then this is Series 7. And then this is Series 9. So, and they change up how many they have in the series. Sometimes there's 2. Sometimes there's 3. Sometimes there's 4. Sometimes there's 5 in a chase. Actually, I don't think there's ever 5. There's 4 or there's 3. Look. There's 3 or there's 4, and then but sometimes they trick you because sometimes they'll put old waves on the back and there's only 2 in the wave. Yeah, it's really hard to keep track of which ones, and then they probably distribute them in cases. Like, I don't know because I don't have any experience opening these cases, so I never know what I got. So then I got that guy, which is from Series 6 I still haven't opened, and we're up to Series 15, I believe. What's on the back here? 14. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. So at Walmart Canada, I was able to pre-order Wave 15. All of Wave 15 was there. I don't think there's a chase. This guy's the chase. He comes with black pants and a green face. I'll never get Hulk Hogan. This is the chase, which is so weird, but I bought him at a toy show. He's from Series 6. What do we have? We've got 2 Series 6 here. I might have opened some other Series 6. It says Rowdy. I didn't open up him. Oh, another Series 6. So, do I have all of Series 6? Oh no, these three are Series 6. Who's this guy? This is another Hulk? Another Hulk from Series 8. So they will be doing other ones. So 7. I don't know. I guess I'm missing Mr. Perfect. No, I think I opened Mr. Perfect. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's one of the figures that they showcase on the back, but he was available in another series. Or maybe I just opened them because he was one of the figures that I got. I don't remember having Bam Bam before. Bam Bam. I don't know where Bam Bam. Oh, Bam Bam. That's not Bam Bam. That's Series 11. Oh, Bam Bam's right here. Here we go. I can't see backwards. Sorry. All right. So yeah, those are all my figures. It does appear that all of these are from USA. But that's what I have. That's what I have to open. I don't know how to open them because I wait to find the full series, and then it gets so old that it's impossible for me to find the full series. So I'm just going to have to open up these individually. The cards on these, even the new ones, they are so weak that they always get smashed up. And I mean, I do save all of the cards, but all of the corners get all messed up, and it's sad for me because I want these to be perfect. I want to have one opened and one lock-on card, and that was my intention when Origins was announced. I was going to buy 2, maybe 3 of each. I was going to dedicate my life to it. But then they made it impossible. So it didn't happen. I think these ones, this has to be these two. This one, this is a slide out pack. I love that. That makes opening this so much easier. And then I get to keep a nice card. And then this one is new. I think I want to open up these newest ones more recently. Not that opening Masters of the Universe on my channel until the last video I did is mostly detrimental unless it's one of the first thing. There are so many. There was no MOTU collectors on YouTube for so long. Now there's thousands of them. Okay, what else do I got going on? So that is WWE Superstars. Let's put those out of the way. Which again, I love those because they're all new characters, new people to bring to my universe, and I love the Origins body. It's really, really cool. I love the edit articulation. I think it's awesome. Okay, this next box brings us to Thundercats, which showed up on Walmart along with that special 2-pack. What is it? I guess it's the 80th anniversary of Mattel 2-pack, which is, it's kind of cool. I hope you saw that video. There was some stuff from that figure that I wanted to tell you that I discovered later or thought that I wanted to mention, but now I can't even think. But I don't know. Maybe I'll have to revisit it. Anyway, they're really cool. I like them. The skin tones are really weird. The colors are all different, so they're cool in that aspect. They do look better in real life than they do, but they are they're not as detailed as the original Masters of the Universe figures. They're all washed out. They don't have as much detail. There's definitely a word for that. Anyway, I am, which I don't think everyone is, excited about the Thundercats. I should have talked about this guy because we're already done everything. I don't know if there's another opportunity to talk about him, but there's this guy who is... I guess I could have saved that for the end. The newest thing, the Turtles of Grayskull. It's Skeletor. It's Splinter. Shredder. I'm sorry, I'm not a Shredder. I'm not a Turtles person, but I love a mashup, and I love the figures. This is how it came directly out of the box. I do have the box here. It doesn't say anywhere Shredder, I think is what they call him. I saw somebody write they should have called him Shredditor, which totally does make more sense than Shredder. Shredditor would have been an awesome name. But it doesn't say his name anywhere on the box, anywhere on the outer box, which I'll probably talk about when I open it. The most exciting part about this is that there's a throne in here. Another piece of packaging that's beautiful. That, what do you do with all these boxes? They're like, you can't. There's no way to display them. I don't know what you're like. It is beautiful. I don't want to use it too much either. I don't want to wreck it. I have to store it. I can't put it. It's going to collect dust if I put it on a shelf. Does it go in a glass cabinet? How many of the? What do you do with these boxes? I guess you put them in a box and you just revisit them, which is the upcoming video that I'm going to do, where we're going to look at my whole box collection. Me, though, I like a craft box. I love the color. I'm like a naturalist. If you look around the like wood and paper, and I like natural things. Cotton, just simple things. So this box with my favorite toy company's like design on it is like, this drives me crazy. This I don't want to throw out. So you can imagine how I feel about the art box. Anyway, so I'm going to carefully put that back in here, and this is just another review that I'm super excited and confused at what I'm going to do. But Walmart sent me, at the same time as it sent me that great 80th anniversary 2-pack, they sent these Thundercats, which just came in 2 days after I ordered them. And they are, in fact, on the really thick cards, which I love. And they came pretty protected. I believe I said in my 80th anniversary video, the 2-pack, that they didn't put packing stuff in it, but they did put packing stuff in. I mean, they didn't pack them very well. They did stuff, just some paper or maybe some bubble some bubble stuff in there. But anyway, there are the 4 from the first wave. I'm excited to get to them. Skeletor here, wherever this Skelra is what they're calling him. He's huge. I don't know. And also, this is kind of weird for me in the fact that there are no longer Origins. You know how I like the WWEs because they're Origins. This is coinciding with the 2000X figures, and I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I know exactly how I feel about that. I don't like it. The reason I love Masters of the Universe is because the shared parts was the coolest thing. That's these hunky chunky bodies that were like, they were all the same, but they just mix and match armor, and they all had this variation. And what made them cool was that some of them had the same legs, and some of them had the hairy chest, some of them didn't have it, but they mixed it with the monster legs and the different heads, and it was just really cool. But all of this being said, all of these new bodies, these weird new thinner, some are bigger, some are smaller. The 2000X, everyone's different. I mean, that was the way that Masters of the Universe was going at the end of the line, except until Wave 6. The original Masters of the Universe, that's why Wave 6 is one of my favorite waves, and I never had it as a kid, and that's why I love to get them today, because they were trying to save money, and they came back to making the figures out of the pre-existing molds. And I love that. But that being said, that those couple of waves before, they were making so much money. They were making millions of dollars. Billions of dollars? Was it billions? Even back in the 80s? I think it was just millions. They skyrocket down, that just 1 year, all the kids got too old for the toys, and then Masters of the Universe tanked. But there was 2 years where they were making all new sculpts. Every figure was different. So I guess that's kind of what's going on now. And the 2000X figures look amazing. These Thundercats, again, not a property I was interested in as a kid. I was exclusive to Masters of the Universe. I loved Masters of the Universe only. I loved Masters of the Universe only. But these Thundercats look good. They're new people to bring to the table. I want Forza T, however you pronounce that properly. I want them to make those. Again, mixing parts, of course, I want those. So I'm excited about that. All right, what else do I have here? If I have to put away my Thundercats. And then, so I don't know when these are being opened. Well, I guess the last has to be, well, let's show him again. These guys, the concept art, some of my favorite ones because they look so, they look so 70s. They look like the original designs and the original concepts, and they're so cool, and they're out of this world. Look, this guy's so spacey, and I guess the older stuff was more barbaric. The concept drawings were definitely more barbaric and more spacey and more monstrous, and that is what I love about Masters of the Universe, and I love the art and the design of these packages with the sketches on them. It's my jam. This is so cool. Look, there's this guy's name, Twistoid? No, I forget what this beast's name was, but that's so cool. Oh, look at this. What kind of too bad creature is that? Are we gonna get that? I want Eldor first, though. Eldor. All right, so let me put that guy in here. The Cyclone concept art, and I'm really excited about Spike War. All of the concept ones are so cool. I love to put. They have their own bin, concept art in cartoon and comic book colors. That's such an awesome. And then we have the cartoon collection. I think that's the last of it. And then the funny thing about this is the latest, not the latest wave of the cartoon collection, but it's the latest wave, and I was able to get all of these on Amazon Canada. But what happens with Amazon Canada is that they will ship, it could be just in my area because I've seen this happen. They will ship them, and then the shipper will get them, they'll get them at the depot to go out with the courier, but the courier will keep putting them out in the truck, but then they'll bring them back because I think that there's a date on them and it tells them no delivery. And I think that's why, because I get no delivery for sometimes a month, where the figure's in stock, but they weren't supposed to ship it out. So it doesn't, I don't know. Let me know if that ever happens to you, but it happens to me all the time. But sometimes I get free figures for it because the delivery it's out for delivery for a month, and then they have to give it to me for free because, I mean, they used to just send it back and give me a refund, but the last couple of times, well, the last time they canceled my order and I didn't get it for free, but the last couple of times I actually did get 2 of the figures for free. So it paid off because I wasn't ready to open them anyway because I got so many, I'm backed up. All right, so there's these guys, and then there's something that I did. It was kind of a mistake, or it was kind of because Orko wasn't showing up. I ordered him again, and then sometimes that happens too. If you order him again, they will ship that one. So I don't know what happens, but it does seem to be things that have release dates. But I did get 2 of them, and I never do this. I don't even do it with any Build-A-Figure. I think I bought 2 Horde Troopers. That's the only time, just because it was so rare to find one in Canada at the time, and they were at Walmart in Canada, and I did find 2 of them at Walmart, so I bought both of them because I knew that they were so hard to come by, and it was cool to have 2. You could put one on both sides of Hordak. But this is the first time they did this where they have a different head, so you kind of need 2. Even though, and I think they were planning on that because you get kind of can't use that terminology. That's politically incorrect. You get ripped off with him because he's so light. And I bought 2 of them. I did get them on sale though. Well, they had them, I don't know, not necessarily a sale, but cheaper than $30. That's what we're paying. And then Grizzlor came in today, which I'm so excited about. And then, what is the name? Fangman, just from the cartoon collection. So those are the newest ones I have. In Canada, we're still waiting for Bo and Shadow Weaver and Whiplash. That wave, which is a wave of 3, they used to be waves of 4, which I thought would be great. Because slow down, because I get so far behind. But no, they're putting them out. There's so many factions. They're putting them out so far in the future. And then that brings me to, what do I have left? What do I have left in the cartoon collection? I might have lost you by now, but if I haven't, do let me know which faction I should open first. But here we have the newest Faker, which is basically just He-Man, and they come with a He-Man head. It is a really cool updated He-Man. Oh yeah, I guess that's an opportunity to buy another one to make a He-Man, but I'm not going to do that. And then we have got Mantena. Is he from the same wave? And then no, he's not from the same wave. He's from a different wave. We have Leech. I have to open, and then I have Buzz Off. Those are all from the same wave. What I did with this wave is that I opened up from 3 different waves. I opened up all of the girls for a She-Ra anniversary video. So I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any girls left to open. So I got these 2 left from this wave to open. These cards feel so much better holding these than they're thicker and nicer. I love these cards. And then we have Skeletor. Wait, he's with Buzz Off. Skeletor and Buzz Off are from the same wave. Okay, this was the Catra wave. So these are the 3 waves that I opened up the 3 girls from. We're missing Catra here. We're missing Frosta with here, which I opened. And then we're missing She-Ra with this set. So I guess I'm going to open up, is that 1, 2, 3 different videos? Obviously my videos are way too long. But that might be what we have to do. And then, what is this? Okay, and this wave, this is so old. This is a 3 of Triclops, Manny Faces, And Hordak, which I noticed the Turtles Hordak, which I don't have around here anymore, is looks very much like this Hordak. I can't. How am I going to open up all of these? And then lastly, I probably forgot some stuff too, because there's so many boxes of so much Masters of the Universe. And then we have a Voltak, which I don't really understand. Wait, I don't think he was in the She-Ra cartoon, but they did it, and now we have those figures. And I mean, he's really cool. Do not get me wrong. I love that. The cartoon, as much as I'm not a fan of the cartoons, She-Ra cartoon was way better, by the way. I've said that many times before, too. The She-Ra cartoon was way more interesting and really cool. The crossover stories were the best. They freaked me out. Like that Lukey lends a hand. Most mind-blowing episode ever. As a kid, I was like freaking out. So cool. But yeah, as much as the cartoon doesn't, I'm in it for the Barbarians. I also really like toys, and these are so bright and colorful and reminiscent of the original bright and colorful toys without, any shading or anything, which I'm not a fan of. I like Masters of the Universe they were Fisher-Price toys. They were like bright, colorful, chunky, hunky, really cool toys. And I love them. And this cartoon collection brings that out. Even though it's like, they look like cartoons. They look like toys. Toys and cartoons look the same. So that's why I like them despite not loving the cartoon. And I think that's it. I think I've said way too much, like as always, and I'm excited to open up all of this, and I'm overwhelmed, which is why I had to make this video, because I don't know where to start. And I have been doing MOTU Mondays and MOTU Tuesday podcasts, and I'm trying to get through it, but the stuff keeps pouring in. I don't have the budget for it, and it's a good thing I'm not collecting any of the other ones, but I do like the new Eternia figures. Well, I wouldn't have to open the box art. Looks so good with the way that the figures are inset, and I love the concepts of them, that they look different. I would definitely collect those if I had room, space, money to. And then I can't get the cat. There's no way I can get the snake layer. In Canada, that thing is $510 before shipping or duties or any of that. $510. Can you? I want to. I didn't get Eternia. The Eternia. What is that playset called? The Eternian play. The 3-tower playset. I did not get that. I'm letting other people buy it for me for when I have time, space, and money. And when I have money, I'll be able to afford the $2,000 on eBay that it costs. I need the space before I need to be able to afford the space before I can afford the all of this. This is crazy, and I love it all, and I have to get it despite yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, I love this stuff. Thanks so much I'd love you to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think would be the best thing to open. The thing that I keep thinking about is the 2 translucent figures from the Turtles of Grayskull, Mossman and Merman. But I probably will open the newer stuff too, because nobody's interested in seeing those now, but I am. They look so cool. They'll be really fun to play with. Okay. All right. Shut up. All right. I'll see you real soon. Until next time.